Now we'll take you to the center of the Chalkroom. Remember, there are things to see behind you, all around you.
The Chalkroom is a VR room. That's virtual reality. It's made of words and stories, and it's a big kind of edifice, you know, covered with language and drawings. And I wanted to see what it would be like to travel through stories. And then you begin slowly moving into this world of kind of ramps and hallways, and then it opens out to huge kind of towers, and they're all covered with language. Sometimes letters float towards you, and they're like snow. They're there to define the space and to show you, you know, a little bit about what it is. But they're actually fractured languages, so it's like kind of exploded things. And then there are lots of rooms that you can do different things. Do drawings, make a three-dimensional sound sculpture, see a tree and fly down.
Things like that. And you realize things are made of words.
But mainly, you can fly. That was my main inspiration to do it, so that you could really, like in your dreams. And that takes a little practice. You know, so some people have fallen off the chair, you know, or whatever. But so it needs a little bit of time to get your balance in that world. In some ways, it's an experiment, and it's a kind of very isolated experience too. It's not like a film or you know, a concert. So you're really alone in this world, and alone in the way you're reading a book too. So you know, one of the things that people forget when they do it is to look up and back and around, because we're so oriented to stereo and to things that are presented in front of us that we forget to do that. So mixing sound in VR is programming sound. It's not like making a sound picture, it's making a sound in time. I didn't get very far in the programming of the sound because there's a big learning curve for VR. So, but it's a whole new world of not just vision but sound. So I think artists are just starting to do this now. Mostly VR is kind of task oriented. You sort of get that, you do that, you shoot that, you whatever. So it's will be a really interesting thing to make it more kind of visually dazzling without having to, you know, do stuff in there. And I'm not the programmer here at all. This is an absolute collaboration with Hsin-Chien Huang. When he asked me 2 years ago, he said, "Would you like to do some VR?" I said, no, I'm not interested. It's a game. I don't care about it. And also the visual language of VR is very brittle and sharp and not very interesting. And I thought, you know, if I could make it very homemade, dark, weird, kind of shadowy, sort of like a different kind of space, different kind of mental space, then I would be interested. And so he said, let's try. So we've done a lot of experiments, and my interest in VR really is when you can map a real space and have fun, like seeing the difference between the virtual and the real space. And the reason it's Chalkroom is it has a certain tactility and made by hand kind of thing, and it's the opposite of what virtual reality usually is. It's like distant and very kind of synthetic. So this is gritty and just drippy and filled with dust and dirt, and so that's my interest in creating a world that has something more like that than this perfect, slick and shiny world of VR as it usually is.
What are days for? To wake us up. To put between the endless nights. What are nights for? To to fall through time or into another world to wake us up.
Chalkroom is a library of stories, and no one will ever find them all. Never. They're hidden in very, very weird places. You know, they suddenly start kind of coming out of the walls. So it would really take you a long time to go through this piece and hear everything. And for me, I mean, I think really Hsin-Chien is such a determined and person. He just like kind of got carried away. So I would probably have made it simpler, but he was like, yes, let's have more and more and more and more. And I said, no one will ever find those. And he said, no, I'll know they're there. So he's, you know, that's his goal, is just to make this big, secret, crazy world. Every single thing I've ever done, whether it's a piece of music or a drawing or whatever, is about one thing. It's about disembodiment. And it's about losing your body. And so for example, I take your picture and you're like going like this, and you're going, no, that's not me. I'm not the one you can't really take my picture. I'm the one who sees you. That's who I am, not the one who you can capture in that way. So everyone has that sense that the real you is the one who sees. And in VR, that is really how it works. You become the ultimate viewer who has all sorts of really amazing new abilities to fly and look down from here and suddenly be there, and so you have this freedom. So my goal is to make an experience that frees you.